I'm just trying to get your brother to chill out and stop lying in the glass house like an absolute madman. Oh, don't eat the bees though. Okay, you gonna sit down, son? Good boy. We're gonna do a seed run through. Did you buy any seeds with your pocket money, Sasha? Annie? No. No, honey, there's nothing here. Look, I'm sorry. No, oh boys, that's so unhelpful, you know. Come on, I'm sitting here with you. Look, we're gonna go through the seeds together. Yeah. There, you gonna sit down? Annie, you can't be drinking that close to the camera, mate. You are the loudest and most obnoxious water drinker I've ever met in my life. Oh, mate, please don't come over here with your wet mouth. Oh, God, no, dude. Oh, no. Son, I love you, but that's too much, you know. Right, okay. Right, just stay where we all are. Hello, YouTube. I'm going to do a little seed haul because I have had, this is the, I want to say, 4th seed company I've purchased from, 5th maybe. This is Plants of Distinction, and that is Anatoly, my other younger, very strange borzoi. This is Sasha. To be honest, I'm making this video to lure him out of the glass house because he is lying in there. He will not leave me alone. He just wants to sit with me, which is very, very sweet. But I worry he's going to get heat stroke because it is the day after the storm. And my God, is it absolutely gorgeous out here. So let's talk about plants of distinction even. And I'll try not to flash my address at you because I don't want anyone to turn up at my house. I have purchased seeds from Marston Farm Girl, Forever Green Flower Company, Mole Seeds, and then Plants of Distinction. I've got another 1 seed thing coming. Hello, son, good boy. So I've got my Chiltern Seeds order coming, which hasn't arrived yet. And then I've got some big fun expenditures that I've made. One with Bloom and Grey. I bought some of her soil blockers. If you don't follow Bloom and Grey, I mean, I literally don't know what you're doing, mate, because she is the standard on YouTube. So go and have a look at her stuff. Anyway, I thought we'd talk through, in a slightly longer format, the seeds that I bought. Oh, and also, if you like long form formats, can I recommend you go and follow me on Patreon? Excuse me, Annie, do not be licking the camera. Hi. Okay. I think this is why they say don't work with animals and children. And I haven't got children yet, so this is about as good as it's going to get. Could you lie down like your brother, please? I love you. Okay. Oh my God, you've covered me in mud. All right. What was I saying there? Yeah, so I've started Patreon because you don't know this yet if you only follow me on YouTube, but I have left my part-time job. So I'm going full-time on the flower farm from the end of June. Pretty much, and I'm really excited about it, but there is lots happening and I do lots of social media, and so I wanted to find a way that paid subscribers could contribute to like subscriber only content, and so that's what I've done. Go and check it out, link is in the description below, and I'm very, very proud of it. You get essentially 1 long essay from the walled garden every month, but then you also appear to be getting 1 long form video every week, which is crazy for me, but I'm really enjoying doing it. So if you like my YouTube and you want 4 extra videos, then that's the place to go. There's lots of other stuff on there, like a podcast as well, but I'm not going to bore you with that now because we're here to talk seeds. So, as I say, this is a mixture of bits and pieces. So this is not all of the seeds that I've got. A lot of the other things I've already sown, things from Marston Farm Girl and from Cell at Forever Green. But these are, well, there's a few complimentary packets in here. That's fun. All right, let's start with the complimentary packets. First up, Phlox Cherry Caramel. That's actually really good because I don't think I managed to get my hands on any Phlox Cherry Caramel when I ordered it back in September. So that's good news. And then this is Cosmos Ballerina Mixed. Don't think I sowed any ballerinas last year, so delightful. Then we have, hopefully editing machine is putting the photos, let's say over here somewhere so that you can see them. We then have some Lysomachia Atropurpurea Beaujolais. I love Lysomachia. I always have. My mum grew it quite a lot, and so I find that it's just a really nice one to have around in the garden. And what I'm going for this year, as I expand like threefold, which is insane, I'm going for like a sort of breadth of stuff. I did a lot of trial practice last year to see what I would like and what I wouldn't like. And hello. I think this is going to happen a lot, by the way. Apologies for that. And so I've got a sense of that, but I also have a sense of what I had to buy in for weddings last year, because I've got lots of weddings and some amazing events. They're all under NDA at the moment, but I'm very excited to share those with you later. I've got one in June and one in August, so I will share, and we'll do probably a whole vlog for that. Let's talk zinnias. Zinnias, we have Portofino Peach, we've got Cresto Cream, Queen Lime Red, Queen Lime Blush, Queen Lime Orange, Cupcakes Pink Shades, Cinderella Lilac, and that's it. You might notice there, I love the Queen Lime series. I think it's because that kind of... Oh, actually, that makes sense, because look at the colour I'm wearing on my eyeballs today. You see? I love that lime green. Hello, my baby. I love you. Come here. Mwah. I love you so much. I really, really love that zinnia. I think it's such a nice series. And don't eat the bees, please. And I have to say, I loved growing zinnias. Oh, shit. Don't eat those, Sasha. No, they're actually mine. No, oh no. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Don't eat my coffee. Okay. Can I have my coffee, please? No. All right. So I love my... Okay, that's the remainder of my flat white gone. Jesus Christ. Okay, so shall we try that again? I love zinnias. I really liked growing them in the by the River Bruco, which was a bit of a tiny plot of land I had available to me. They grew really well there. Here, they did not like this soil. Now, I think it's because I've got acidic soil, so I'm going to be trialling growing them elsewhere, but also I'm going to add a load of organic mushroom compost to my beds this year, so hopefully that will be more successful. So, God, what a absolutely crazy start to the video, just chaos as per usual. All right, then we have pansies. So I'm really excited for the pansies this year because I've not grown them before really, and I feel like for my wedding clients they would work really beautifully for the bud vases that I do. So we've gone with Pansy Strawberry Sundae and Nature Antique Shades. Oh my God, okay, this is all going horribly wrong. Jeez Louise. Lol. Okay, then we've got Penstemon Chocolate Drop. I just wanted some Penstemon in the garden. That's literally that's the reason I bought them. This is a mix of kind of flower farmy crops, but then also stuff that I want just to make the perennial beds look good. Rudbeckia Cherry Brandy. I've got some of the other Rudbeckia Sahara already going in there. And it's just like the perfect end of season crop, basically, towards the end of the season. Thalaspi, this is the Pennycress Green Dragon. Saw this on Marston Farm Girl, her Instagram. Just love pennycress. Have used it quite a lot of times before, but don't grow it myself. I've always relied on shepherd's purse, which is a technically a weed, so that's fun. Did I have any other pansies? No, I didn't. Okay. And then last of that pack, Nigella African Bride. Look, don't at me on how many different Nigellas I have, okay? I actually don't want to hear it from you. I love Nigella. I think this year she is my favourite crop. However, come back to me in September when I've cut so much Nigella that I no longer ever want to grow it again. Until that point, she remains my favourite. And then, oh, I'm so excited about these. Nicotiana. So I've set away a lime queen, I believe. So that's already sown. Then I've got Perfume Purple, new Nicotiana to me. Haven't grown that before. And the Bronze Queen. She's the ultimate. She's the absolute ultimate. And then I've got a couple of nasturtiums just to dot about the place, really. There are, as I said, there's a couple of installations where I think long trails of nasturtiums would look really beautiful. So I've got Black Velvet and Ladybird Rose. Fun. Okay, let's put these back. Oh, hello. You've come back for a second round, have you? All right, next up. Okay, so I was looking for some interesting calendula, and Plants of Distinction have this beautiful one, which is Coffee Cream. I'm really looking forward to growing this. I find that actually when I ask for oranges and yellows from other flower farmers, I love when they give me calendula. I think I love the smell of it, and I just wanted one that wasn't bright orange, so looking forward to this one. Then we've got Buplurum Garibaldi. I love Bleplurum. To be honest, I'm slightly behind on sowing this. I need to get this sown. So I got the Garibaldi, which is just the usual kind of lime green one. There's a theme. I love lime green. And Bronze Beauty as well. So those are going to be gorgeous. And then I got a couple of asters. Oh, I got 3 asters because I need to set some asters away, basically. I've got quite a few in the garden already, like a lovely lilac-y purple and then the white one. They are the very small kind of clustered ones, the ones that are like starlight. Could you sit down, please? Can you get your booty on the ground? Because you're big. You're huge, like a horse. Sasha, get your booty on the ground. Come on, sit down. Booty down. Get your bum on the floor. All right, so yeah, Bleplurum, Calendula, so 3 asters. We've got Apricot Dream, Lilac Mist, and Tower Chamois. So yeah, again, just wanting to expand the old aster collection for the garden at the moment. And they're just so great. I've got 2 October weddings. So I've got one which is right at the beginning of October and is fresh flowers, and then I've got a fully dried flower one at the end. But if possible, what I'd really like to do with that dried flower wedding, and depending on the weather that we get, that might be possible with, you know, flowers from the garden, to be honest, because I still had stuff well into late October last year. I'd really love to use those asters for that. So setting a load of asters away, and let's see how many we can bulk up for perennials. Look, I did buy more snapdragons. I refuse to be stopped, so suck it. I don't know why I'm threatening you. Sorry, it was my decision. So I got Chantilly Light Salmon, Madame Butterfly Red. I don't get many red clients. Sasha, what are you doing? But or anyone who asks for red, really. But that kind of burgundy colour is lovely. And I find that it's very important when you're planning out, I've said this before, when you're planning out your seeds and the plants that you're going to create, you do need variations throughout the tones, and you do need like complementary and opposite colours, because sometimes the one thing you need is the one thing you think you won't need. So that dark red is really fluffy and beautiful. And then the final one was the Potomac Crimson. Again, pinky reds are good. Then we've got our umbellifers, so I need to set these away today actually. We've got Ami Visnaga, Ami Magus Graceland, and then the dill, the Mariska variety of dill. These are, again, the dill is my fave because she's lime green. Am I becoming predictable at this point? Yes, that's okay. Love a lime green dill, and the height that you get in this garden. We do get a lot of heat, and it depends on what the year will be for water, but those umbellifers are like perfect. So what we're going to do is, when we're building the beds in the glass house, when I'm building the beds in the glass house, I'll have a couple of beds for Ami, so that I've got indoor and outdoor Ami. Then, thinking about dried flowers, we have got Amaranthus Hot Biscuits, Amaranthus Coral Fountain, and Amaranthus Emerald Tassels. All 3 I will be predominantly growing for dried flowers. I've only got so I've grown quite a bit of Amaranthus in my past, but I've normally grown the ones that are slightly more upright, not the traily ones. Traily Amaranthus is really having a moment at the moment. I would say traily things with like lilies and orchids are super on trend. And I've had to turn a few brides down because they are looking for that like 1 orchid, 2 Amaranthus, you know, 1, hello sir, like calla lily. And that's just not my style, and I can't grow those, or I don't want to grow those things here. I'm not going to become an orchid grower, and it would be very difficult for me to do so, very expensive. But there are also not any British growers that I'm aware of who specialise in those things at the moment either, and so because of that I can't buy it British, so I'm not going to do that for the wedding. Achillea, this is Flowerburst Red and Summer Pastels. I've got cerise. I bought a load of cerise pot plants actually, so I'm looking forward to doing those ones. But Achillea, again, that's about bolstering. Sasha, do you want a biscuit? Then you have to come and sit down, but you're not stealing my camera. I've got an unbelievable kleptomaniac on my hands here. Then, okay, we've got a lot more dry flower stuff to come. Sorry, last packet. Limonium Seeker Pastel Blue. Then we've got Seeker White and Apricot Desire and Seeker Rose Shades. I think that's it for that limonium. Now, Status is a fantastic one for dried flowers. And as I say, I've got this big event in August. and I'm growing so many flowers for it, and so I need more dried flowers for that. Then we have the Limonium Pink. This is Suarawi. I'm not even going to try and say that. Pink Pokers. This is a different Limonium. I love this, and I got some amazing stuff. I've still got some that's like 3 years old. It's retained its colour, it's retained its strength. It looks really beautiful in the kitchen, so I love that. I find growing that very fun. And then on that note, we've got Strawflowers. So we've got Helichrysum, Silvery Rose. I made the mistake of buying this. I already have 2 packets of this, so I'm just going to grow so much Silvery Rose and see how we get. Dragonfire, Apricot Peach mixed, Creamy White, and I think that's it for the Helichrysum. I've already got a load of other Strawflowers going, so we are going to be Strawflower galore. I've got to say, I don't love a Strawflower. However, knowing how big this wedding will be, we've got this beautiful fireplace installation in Newcastle. Ow, something just bit me. And I'm really excited about creating something that's just autumnal and beautiful. Critically, according to my bride, not Christian Girl Autumn, but something that's like really almost a bit gothic, because the venue's really gothic. So I wanted lots of options for that, as well as, dried flowers for these other events. I didn't go crazy with the sunflowers this year, so I've gone with Pro Cut White Light, which is an F1, and then Double Sun King. Mainly that is, but honestly, if I'm really, really honest, for my joy. I probably won't put these in weddings, but also because I like to leave sunflowers up for the birds. Nothing more than that, really. And then finally, finally we've got 2 delphiniums. So again, this is about having delphiniums for the garden, so I won't be growing these in the main plot. Delphinium Rose and Delphinium Light Blue. Not a lover of delphinium. They're quite big and phallic looking, but whatever. Then we've got Craspedia globosa Sunball. I just love her. Coreopsis Golden Globe. Again, I'm actually a sucker for Coreopsis. It's borderline a problem, so please don't talk to me about it. Then we've got Campanula Champion Rose F1. Just a lovely pinky coloured Campanula. I have not grown Campanula in any of my growing sites yet, but we did when I was with my mum, and I just love her. I love those little bells. I think they're beautiful. And then finally, Atraxa Gold of Pleasure. I can't remember what this is, so that's fun. Anyway, core blimey, that was a bit chaotic, wasn't it, boys? I don't know where Anatoly has gone. I suspect he's probably lying in the glass house being way too hot. I need to put some Factor 50 on my body because skincare is very, very important. I have a buttload, a metric buttload, which is the official measurement for the walled garden, metric buttload of things to pot on, and then we'll have our other order from Chiltern Seeds, which I might share with you as well.
And to be sort of sensitive to the concerns that people have about it. I think the example most people think about is coal mining and the way that and all of the other services and sectors that it supports. So you've got to have trade unions at the table, you've got to make sure that the workforce is represented. And industrial policy, which again is just something that I think hasn't been done particularly well in this country. And the writing has been on the UK energy policy. So Rosebank is the largest undeveloped oil field in the UK. Developing have any new oil and gas production if we're going to stay within kind of safe climate limits. So it's bad from a climate perspective. It's also oil, the other thing, but I will limit myself to just one more thing about Rosebank, which is that one of the companies involved is called Ithaca Energy, and its parent company is an Israeli-owned energy company called Delek Group, and they have been specifically identified by the UN as operating in illegal settlements in the West Bank. And so basically the profits that go to Ithaca from Rosebank's development
goes directly to creating
to a company
settlements.
that's operating in breach of international law in the occupied territories. So they deeply irrational actors, thousands of miles away. Like, this is a way of protecting ourselves from their actions. It is a way of ensuring that we have clean energy. It's also a
Which
way
Zinnias
of
is that,
creating
Beaujolais?
industries and jobs and livelihoods and agency in our communities,
I
you know,
cannot spell
for that we could tell in a future that we could have if we get that right.
And I really love that because it leans into a story about economic sovereignty too, which I think we've got to be careful that it's not Britain first. We still want to trade with other countries, but actually if we started to manufacture everything we need to tackle the climate crisis and have clean energy, then that creates the jobs of the future too.
It's so warm.
But in terms of
Good Lord,
but the kinds of language and the way in which women are responded to on social media, I think is different. And I was just interested because when
this is dill I'm sewing here. So I've actually sewn lots more. I wasn't going to sew. I was going to just look. Da-da-da. I was just going to pot things up, but I've got into a flow, and I find that if I step out of the flow, it all falls apart. So I am sewing as much as I can get sewn. I haven't actually got that much seed compost left, so I'm going to do this tray and then one more tray, and then I'm going to do potting up because I've got lots of stuff for potting up, but I haven't got any more seed compost, so I need to buy some more. But I am doing dill. And oh, I've just put 2 in there. Oh well, whatever. And I've done so far cucamelons, pansies, penstemon, lysomachia, beaujolais, 3 snapdragons, a rudbeckia, 2 nicotiana, 2 paplurum, and then dill. And then I'm going to probably do half a thing of Ami visnaga and half one of, so that'd be like 44 Ami visnaga and half 44 Ami majus, and then I'll keep whatever I've got left over to do like another load. So yes, that's the plan. And I'm currently listening to Bold Politics with Zack Polanski, and it's the interview with Caroline Lucas, and I'm telling you, man, she is amazing. She just gives me so much hope for the future. She talks about the power of the arts to tell stories about climate change, and she's so right. You know, I mean, I would be biased because I'm a campaigner who runs an organisation that uses the arts for telling stories about climate and nature loss, but she's spot on, and I am putting myself forward as a Green candidate for my local council elections in a month's time, and so it just feels doubly relevant today to be listening to women who inspired me politically to want to do what I'm doing now, because I believe that whilst I have the capacity, I mean, like, brain and physical capacity, I've got the energy and enthusiasm to try and make a change while I still can, that now is the time to do that, even if I'm trying to run my own business, you know? I just think we've got to keep fighting for the planet in whatever way we possibly can, and also fighting for our communities and showcasing that green policies are about uplifting people and supporting people. So, you know, sorry not to get political, but that's what I'm doing. So in a month's maybe in fact by next month, I will know. By the next time you see a video, I'll know if I'm a Green councillor or not. That's mad. We're polling second after reform in my ward. So I would really like to basically give people the opportunity to vote for someone outside of the kind of political establishment, because there's a lot of people out there who are very angry with Labour right now, who can vote for the Green Party. And fingers crossed, if I get my campaigning right. Would you like a vlog on campaigning? I don't know if you want that. That might involve some like door knocking or whatever. Anyway, let me know if you do want that. And then we'll see if I become a Green councillor or not. Loss is a part of life, and you've got to try in order to fail. And you've got to fail in order to succeed. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I need to sew this. I'm so hot, it's so warm. Make a cup of tea, because everyone knows that when you're feeling too hot, it's a good thing to do to have a hot cup of tea, because it helps cool your body down. So that's what we're going to do. Just need to make sure to leave enough water to be able to actually drink, obviously. Turn the old butane bad boy on. Thank you. Right, look at this boy, Honey. Honey, what are you doing on the floor in the sun? The glass house does not require this. It's too hot. And you're no better, are you? What are you doing here in this heat? Oh, you love the heat, don't you? You were built for the Russian tundra, my son. These lovely big feet. Such a nice time. I was just listening to that podcast, and just made me think so much about like women in politics. I've always wanted to get into politics. I literally did like a political degree. I did human, social and political sciences for my undergrad at Cambridge, and then my master's degree was in Middle East, Caucasus and Central Asian Security Studies, which was all about the politics of the Middle East and Central Asia, and also thinking about food security and water security. And then I did my Nuffield Farming Scholarship research on climate adaptation, which is super political, and I'm run a campaigning organisation, which is all politics and blah blah blah. So always loved it, but have never done it, never like actually done the politicking bit. And anyway, just listening to Caroline Lucas talk about what it is to be a woman in politics and the change you can make, and having more the importance of more young women in politics at both a national and a local level, and changing the voices who we always hear from, I think is it's very inspiring and very important. And it's also made me think, she talked about like the idea of reclaiming Britishness and like nationalism and things like that, like how we need to, on the left, reclaim an idea of what to be a British national and to be proud of being British is. And it made me reflect on the plants that I grow and the fact that I talk about, I harp on about British flowers, and that is a very central tenet of what I advocate for, that, I want you to purchase British. But actually, what does like British look like in terms of the flowers I grow? They are reflective of a deeply extractive and exploitative and often very violent colonial past, where we, as a nation, travelled around the world and took whatever we found as though we were the first ones to find it, and then brought it back and put it in our collections, and thus a lot of the plants and flowers that I grow here and that are present, probably over like 200 to 300 different types of plants and stuff in this particular wall garden, are British grown. I am growing them in the UK, but they are from all across the world, and they have different meanings and different, people have different understandings of what they are, and they link to our history and our idea of culture and literature, and some of them are edible, and they have this kind of deep, rich history that maybe even I probably don't even understand, because I'm just this last from the northeast of England. But I think that's so interesting when reflecting on like, how do you become then proud of a Britain and like being a British national when it's been claimed by the far right as exclusionary and a continuation of colonialism, and it's white or nothing. And actually, in many ways, the flowers that I grow and the work that I do trying to advocate for purchasing British flowers is also reflective of my politics, in that like I want my garden, if we take the metaphor as this garden that I get to grow in, is the kind of Britain that I want to see, which is full of extraordinary diversity in terms of culture and history and communities and people and jobs and livelihoods. And I think that's something to celebrate, rather than this idea of exclusionary extremes where only one type of person is welcome. Anyway, it's just made me think my tea's ready. Hang on, let me get the tea. Oh my God, it's going mad. Right, calm yourself down, son. And I just thought, I think that's cool, that as a flower grower, to be aware of the kind of colonial history, but also to continue to celebrate the extraordinary diversity in our gardens and our growing spaces, but to reflect on the fact that to get those things, it required exploitation and violence at the hands of those people who were living indigenously in the spaces that we occupied. Anyway, it's making me think a lot about like nationalism, and such a good podcast. I love when you hear stuff and you just think about how it can relate to like you and your work and your politics and your life and who you are. It's good stuff. Okay, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Stop talking about nationalism. Oh my god. Okay, there's so much to pot up. There's so much to pot up. Don't panic. Number of times I've almost smacked my head on these beams. Good lord. Okay, I'm on my last one. I keep making content and then forgetting that I have to go home. The boys are not happy because they were supposed to be fed like an hour ago. Anyway, I'm uploading a TikTok I made about cucamelons. Niche content for sure. And now I am just finishing sewing this last half tray of Ami Magus. I feel like I might need to buy some more Ami Magus for direct sewing. Just never know if I'm gonna have enough, you know. I always think I'm gonna have more than I do. Anyway, that's okay. Let's see how it sews. And then I'm gonna go home because, as I say, it's like 5 o'clock and the boys need some dinner. But I always forget the close down. I'm not good with time sometimes. The close down is longer than it takes. I need to water everything, and then this bench behind you, I need to move everything that is freshly sewn onto there and take everything that's like ready to be potted up out so I can cover it, because I've got like a nice special covering that can go over it in the evening, and that just needs sorting out. So yes, I need to do that. So boys, it's probably going to be another hour and a bit before we get home. Well, that's certainly one way to do it, Taylor. Darling, I'm not going to spray you. I literally promise you I won't. Hi, Big Sash. Look at those everlasting strawflowers. Absolute. Oh, sunflowers, sorry. Not strawflowers. Okay. Oh my days, what is that? That's water. That is water. That's why they need to not be there anymore. Okay, coreopsis. Just keep going until I pot you up on Wednesday. Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. Oh, my days. Oh, is that something coming? No. Okay. We'll go home soon. Hi, honey, I know, we're almost done. No, get your poochie out of the way. Come on. No, don't come near the knife, honey. This is why you're getting a reputation for not being smart dogs as a breed. What I'm going to do is put this over here. Okay. There, that keeps my seeds happy while I'm gone. So you get some better germination. Okay. Yes, I know, right. Watered, they need to go up somewhere. I think everything's done, okay? Now I just need to cut some tulips. I know, I'm sorry, I just don't want them to go to waste, okay? What's this in your ear? Let me just get some tulips. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. Look how lovely those doubles are. Parrots even. So fun. Let's add some orange to that, I think. Pretty good. The boys are not ready to go home. They're just so annoyed that I've made them wait this long. Should I take those narcissi back? Probably. Probably. What do you think? Sasha, please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you wait. What do you think about them? Oh, wow. Not a lover of the narcissi. Fun. Okay, that's enough. Content, flowers, seed sowing, 0 potting up. That's your April video. Bye.